Great. Well, hello everyone. Mac Atkinson here, along with my dear friends Judy, Tim, Cheryl, and Dolphin. And we're so pleased to be with you here, February 28th, 2026, for our Global Sunrider Day. This isn't going to be our typical call that we do with you guys. So, what we're going to really do is just kind of share individually about some of our passion and what we love most about Sunrider, what brought us here, what keeps us here, and maybe some thoughts about the future too. But look, let's go ahead and get this thing started. And Cheryl, if I can turn to you first, would you start us off, please?
Thank you so much, Mac. I would love to, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. Well, I've been an entrepreneur most of my adult life. I owned restaurants and clothing stores. And when my son Jim was killed in a car accident, I kind of lost my purpose and my health really declined. And things changed because I have a wonderful family. And my brother and sister came out and helped me with the restaurants and kind of took care of me. And my brother took me to a nature path who shared Sunrider with us. He sponsored us in with a sun pack, which is our nourish, balance, and cleanse. And even though I wasn't that interested, my brother said, "You're doing it." And I did. And my life and my family's life has totally been blessed ever since. And what I love most about our Sunrider lifestyle and business is that I have a way to assist other people to improve their lifestyle. And it really challenges me to be the best I can be. And Sunrider has amazing business tools and training. And along with Sunrider's unique products, which are based on the philosophy of regeneration, which means we can get better. Every single year, we get better and better. I not only have a youthful mind, body, and spirit, I'm super active and fit at 76 years young. I control my time and my income, and that works for me. I so love our Sunrider community, and that means all of you guys too. My wonderful friends that I have come to love and care about from all over the world. When you add in the consistent income, the bonuses, the travel, the fantastic destinations, and the opportunity to assist others with their goals and dreams, it's been an amazing and rewarding journey. And Sunrider fits with my values of conscious living, having a way to do my part in leaving a legacy for a healthier world, filled with vital, energetic people who want to care for each other in the world we live in. And I'm looking forward to many, many more years with Sunrider and hanging out with you, Tim. So, how about you?
Feeling is mutual. Rather than echo some of those things, because there's many of those points, they're so good, and that I'm passionate about also. But what do I love about Sunrider? And I grew to love this. But I'm going to start with my story first. And I've mentioned this story before, but it was, it took a moment of drama to try to wake me up, and it happened because when I was younger in my 20s. I ran a recording studio with a partner, and there was at least one 48-hour day a week where you had to stay awake for 48 hours because we were booked. We got ourselves booked. We have loans to pay and all those things, all those other responsibilities. And I used to literally go through, and the reason I know is because we had an urn that would carry over 20 cups of coffee. Well, I used to finish that thing every day. Every day. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But I watched my health deteriorate in my mid 20s, and I was getting sick all the time, colds, flus, whatever, like every 3 weeks. It was bad. And then I ran into somebody who shared Sunrider with me, and ironically, at the same time, I also found this. In fact, the five element theory came first, and then Sunrider second. But it's like, wow, there's these foods based on this wonderful philosophy. I got to give them a go, and all I had was Cali, and our special sweetener, and. And I swear I just made a commitment. Well, if I'm going to try something different because I don't know what else to do, I'm going to drink it the same way I drank the coffee. So I put 3 bags of Cali in the urn and put 20 cups of coffee, 20 cups of water in there and drank that. And for that 48-hour day was just so smooth and so easeful, and I wasn't a prima donna at 3 o'clock in the morning at the during the 36th hour, right? And I was able to live with myself, and so I also started to recognize how important it was to have to focus on my health and my well-being. I was kind of just, you kind of go on a suicide mission almost when you're younger, and you're invincible and you can do whatever you need to do and spend all those hours. Anyway, making a long story short, had wonderful recovery. I really haven't, enjoyed a cup of coffee once in a while, but I don't depend on coffee. It's more of a treat or a luxury, and I like to really have it sparsely, might be once every 2 or 3 years or something. I don't even know. Anyway, but that led to a whole bunch of other things, and coming back to one of the main things that I love about Sunrider, and this was just discovered as I was discovering these wonderful foods, is the family-oriented business, the honesty and the morals, the moral ethic and honesty that's such a high level, and it actually helped me raise my own moral ethic, which I thought was pretty good, but it was like, wow, these guys, they're doing this incredible business and offering this incredible business opportunity to everyone at the same time. And so not only do you have your health, you have the opportunity to create some genuine wealth, like actual understanding of wealth building. And the other thing is helping other people to do the same thing and to bring their vitality back. And I know I'm echoing Cheryl's words here, but I think that we'll all echo them to some degree. Of course, the philosophy of regeneration, like you just can't go wrong with that. There's nothing else that really encourages to the level that Sunrider does. We are the regenerators. These foods are just the wonderful system-specific nutrition that helps us recover and regenerate. So it's always there, and Sunrider's always been there for me for over 30 years. I've always had that good nutrition. I haven't had to depend on anything else. I'm on no medication, nothing. It's fantastic. And of course, it keeps me strong, and I'm fit, and I can be explosive in my workouts. And I never thought I'd be able to do this at this time in my life. And I'm 64, almost 65 years young, and happy to say it. But it's like, wow, I'm playing against guys at the badminton facility, and they're some of them are 20 and 30 years younger, and I've been knocking them around. It's been fun. It's kind of like, woo, I didn't realize I could do this. But it's fun and exciting. You don't know what you're going to discover when you start to regenerate, because it's like, wow, the limits start to disappear, right? And that's in every category. It doesn't matter what it is. And of course, as an IBO, you have the opportunity to share it with others. And when you're sharing it with others and seeing others fulfilled, you cannot help but have success as you see others generate their own success. And I'll tell you, it's wonderful. And then you share it with the community. And I just love the whole package. It's just a package of love that we all get to share and benefit from, and watch the growth of others do the same. And I got a feeling that Judy is pretty much along that same line. What do you have to say about your perspective there, Judy? I'd love to hear it.
Well, thank you, Tim. Nice job. Well, I can't say that Sunrider found me, but I found it. And I used to hang out at health fairs because, you see, even though my family, my background allowed me to appreciate, I felt, nutrition, the elimination of negative elements in our diet, my family still wasn't very healthy. And so that's why I hung out at health fairs. And I did actually read an item or went to a booth that had Sunrider, and I thought, oh, sounds interesting, because I was already familiar with herbs and a little bit skilled in that, knowledge-wise. And so, but when I heard that a close personal friend who was utilizing both the medical and natural field had finally seen improvement in her health after years of trying, let me tell you, I was on the phone. And how grateful I am that she resisted the urge to have me pick certain items out and told me it worked with the Sun Pack, as Cheryl mentioned. And that's where it began. As I learned more, the philosophy of regeneration certainly rang true, captured me, and I thought, how can something so simple, so obvious, be so true and so valuable? And it has served me throughout all these 38 years. um, and I have benefited from it in every which way. In a short time, my family did see improvement, which attracted others to me. I realized happily and very frightened that my whole family needs all of this the rest of their lives. And we were not in a position at the time that that was possible. But I didn't get out the pencil and paper. That's not my way. As you know, I'm not even a recipe person. But I was so grateful for um, the the opportunity to share with others and allow that to become a great personal hobby that actually paid me for my time. And I've said this before, my husband thought it was the most humorous thing in the world that I was getting paid for something I would do anyway. That was his lasting joke, and I was afraid that someone would hear that because it afforded us a different lifestyle than we ever hoped for. But the additional thing I'd like to say is why I stayed all these years was number one, it worked. I saw results. But number two, in my health career, I obtained certain credentials in different areas, which allowed me to have clients, which allowed me to see what they're taking, to test their products, to see the results. And in all those years, I never found anyone who was taking anything comparable to what I had. And so not only did it confirm the value and that I was in the right place, it also brings me to how I see the future. And that is that I don't see a time anytime soon where the need for concentrated whole food nutrition will go out of need. And if anything, it only is increasing in its value, in its worth, and in the health of all of us as the soil's not getting better, the water's not getting cleaner, nor is the air. And so I'm grateful. I hope to always have the concentrated basic foods and the fluff around them that I so enjoy. And I have no problem in recommending them with confidence. So that's where I'm at. And I'm always anxious to hear what Dolphin has to say. She always has a unique twist. And so, Dolphin, can you share with us as well?
Thanks, Judy, Cheryl, Tim. That was great. And getting to go forth, I get to say ditto of everything that you said, completely as if I would say it. Absolutely. But what I found was interesting this week. I've been with Sunrider for 37 years. And sometimes what can happen is when you have something so good and you've been with it for a long time, you take it for granted that, well, that's just the way it is. But the fact is that Sunrider is a unicorn. And there is nothing, and I can really say nothing like it out there. I was in a business workshop this week, and they actually were giving a list of characteristics of what a business that is a unicorn, meaning that it's just unique and nothing like it out there. And the number one rule of a unicorn business is that if they're doing multi-millions or $1 billion a year, and are not publicly traded, that is a unicorn because most times companies sell out. They'll either sell once they get to a certain point or they'll just go public. And what I'm so grateful for is that this is a privately owned, family-run business, which means that everything that was just shared will not be compromised. The Chens do not compromise the quality any kind of changes. And what I love is that this next generation, the children that have taken over, are again on the same path. So we have stability and certainty that the quality of Sunrider and Sunrider itself as a 44-year-old company will continue on this amazing path of philosophy of regeneration, of quality control, of owner expertise. It's debt free. And as a business owner, like having my own business plus with Sunrise, I mean, that alone is just remarkable. So when I'm looking at a business, just not even considering the product, but the business itself, just that stability, then you add in these completely unique unicorn products that nobody else out there creates or has the expertise to create is just phenomenal. And then the third piece, uh, and I could go off of, we all could go off about the products and what they've done for us. But this third piece has become over the years almost as important. And that is this community that is the Sunrider community. And it was interesting when I was in this business workshop, how they were talking, especially around network marketing or MLM companies, and how the facilitator was warning us, oh, when you get to the high levels, it gets really ugly and, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, that is not my experience at all, ever. From anyone, like from as a beginner of just coming into Sunrider to connecting with like top leaders like we have right in front of us here, to the Chens themselves. Like these, the owners are so approachable and heart-centered and connected. And I love that. I've had wonderful conversations with Dr. Chen or Ruben or Sunny. This doesn't happen apparently in other companies. And so just to have all of this well-rounded positivity in all areas is what makes Sunrider so special, so unique, such a unicorn. And I'm just so grateful that I've been on this journey for 37 years and will continue with this company. So thank you, Sunrider. Thank you, Dr. Chen. Thank you, Chen family. And thank you, all my Sunrider family. I love you so much. Back.
Back at you. Wow. How do I follow those four comments, from you guys? I fifth may sound like it's the great spot to speak, but not after that. So thank you guys. It's interesting. Cheryl, your story always inspires me. So thank you for sharing that. Judy, isn't a goal for all of us to find a business that we can actually love and enjoy doing that we get paid for? So really like your share on that. Tib, funny, like me, I came into Sunrider with a single product or two products as well, was my introduction. And I loved what you say about the sports thing and your age and your ability to compete and exceed in so many ways with those that you're participating with. Because I mean, I feel the same way at age 69 now in the martial arts and competing with these young kids. And, I'm blessed to be able to speak on today's North American corporate Sunrider Day call, and one of the topics I'll be speaking about is legacy, and it's again part of what I'm going to be sharing about legacy has to do with exactly that sort of thing where even outside of Sunrider in the martial arts, what I look for in legacy is really how I can work with those that can then be better, surpass where I'm at, okay, in this thing. And it's funny, I know I can show these kids in the dojo how to do a flying chicken kick. The difference is, in the real distinction is they can actually do it. Okay. So I mean, it's really cool to see them surpass you, when you're actually offering that training. And Finn, the idea about this unicorn aspect, thank you so much for sharing that. And you mentioned the word community, and one of the other things I am going to share today too is about that very thing in belonging, which means kind of the same thing to me as community. And there was a great quote I saw recently that said, legacies are made by belonging. It comes down to where your heart chooses to stay. Okay. And again, I think that's what we have here in Sunrider. So for me, and sorry, my clock behind me, I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, but it's on the top of the hour. So things are ringing around my house right now. But in any case, I've loved these foods for over 30 years. You guys have heard my story before. My first product was Sunbreeze Oil, is how I was introduced to this company over 30 years ago. I've loved this business for the past 22 years. It's been a full-time effort for me that I just can't imagine coming from the corporate side ever going back in that direction. Um, More than a lot of other things, I love the fact that with you guys, we can all share, and certainly my passion for traditional Chinese medicine and five element theory, eating for the seasons, and the synergy our foods have with all of those incredible principles. Like you guys have said before, and forgive me for the echo too, I love the fact that we can help others in integrity with their health and their financial needs. I love the fact that in doing so, we are creating that legacy that can stand the test of time. And Fid, I think you said it just a second ago. I love that I get to be on this journey with all of you. So, again, you guys, thank you so much for joining us for Sunrider Global Day. Appreciate you guys sharing the way that you always do. And again, this is wonderful, and we'll be back to you with one of our more traditional calls here a little bit more into the winter as we start approaching our next season. So thank you all again for joining us, and we'll see you all very, very soon.
Bye.
Bye.